The morning after the golden gramophones have been handed out and the dust in Los Angeles is still settling. Welcome to Stereo Current. I'm Sloan Rivera.
And I'm Julian Vance. We're sifting through the wreckage and the triumphs of the 68th Grammys, a night that felt like it was trying to be 3 different award shows at once.
It was a frantic, beautiful mess, wasn't it? Between the anti-ICE protests outside and the sheer theatricality on stage, the Academy seems to be finally embracing its role as a chaotic cultural barometer, rather than just a dusty institution.
Yeah, it had that analog grit, even in the high-gloss production. The narrative of the night really centered on the heavyweights proving their staying power, while the newcomers threw some serious elbows.
Julian, let's talk about the history that was actually written. We've been tracking this trajectory for years, but seeing it finally manifest felt different.
You're talking about the bunny. Bad Bunny finally got that major field recognition that's been eluding him. It wasn't just a win, it was a coronation for Latin music's place at the very top of the hierarchy.
It's about time the Academy stopped treating Spanish-language masterpieces as a subgenre. And then there's the Eilish Phineas machine. They are now the first songwriters to grab Song of the Year 3 times. 3, Julian. That's a dynasty, not a fluke.
And Billie is now tied with the greats, Paul Simon, Adele, Bruno Mars, for the most general field wins. It's a staggering amount of hardware for someone who still feels like an indie outlier at heart. It's that effortless, whisper-quiet dominance.
Speaking of outliers, how do we process the Dalai Lama winning his first Grammy? It's the 2026 bingo card entry I didn't see coming. It's poetic in a very strange mid-afternoon fever dream kind of way.
It keeps the show weird, Sloan. I'd rather have the Dalai Lama winning than another stale tribute medley. Though the weirdness didn't stop at the podium. Justin Bieber's performance was, well, it was certainly a choice.
A barely there choice. Between him and Chappell Roan's gown, the textile industry must be in a recession. Bieber's set was minimalist to the point of being confrontational. I found it oddly refreshing, even if it lacked the usual pop bombast.
No way, it was vulnerable, almost like a piece of performance art you'd see in a warehouse in Brooklyn rather than the Staples Center. But not everyone had a smooth night. Cher had a bit of a mix-up on stage, which was honestly the most charming part of the broadcast.
Cher is immune to criticism. She could read the phone book wrong and I'd still call it iconic. But we have to talk about the shadows in the room. The snubs were loud this year. Sabrina Carpenter and Rosé being shut out, that felt like a glitch in the Matrix.
It was a cold shoulder for the pop purists. Instead, the Academy pivoted toward Lola Young. That's the upset of the year for me. It shows a growing appetite for that raw, unfiltered British soul over the polished pop machinery.
Right, it's that downtown energy creeping into the mainstream. Lola has that bite we love. It makes the Academy feel slightly less like a retirement home and more like a record store clerk's recommendation list.
Well, some of the old guard still has it. Kendrick Lamar making history again, Lady Gaga reminding everyone why she's the blueprint. It was a balanced diet of legends and disruptors.
And that's the takeaway, Julian. The Grammys are finally realizing they can't just ignore the culture outside their doors, whether it's the protests on the street or the shifts in who we actually listen to on vinyl.
It was a night of heavy hitters and curveballs, just the way we like it on Stereo Current.
We'll be back tomorrow to see which of these wins actually changes the industry and which are just more gold for the shelf. I'm Sloan Rivera.
And I'm Julian Vance. Keep it analog, keep it loud. We'll catch you on the flip side at stereocurrent.eu.
Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.